Meet Bennett.
Hello.
Bennett is 8 years old.
Indeed.
And you may have guessed from his shirt, he likes a certain football team.
Called the Oklahoma Sooners football.
Bennett has a talent.
Which is remembering scores and the schedule.
Do you remember the entire OU schedule?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
First was Tulane. Second was Nebraska. No, I meant Western Carolina. Then the third one was Nebraska. Then the first one was West Virginia. Then the second was K-State. Then after that was Texas. Then TCU and Kansas. And then Texas Tech. And then Baylor. Then Iowa State. And then Oklahoma State. Then the Alabama Bowl. And against Oregon.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember some of those scores?
Yes.
How many of them?
All of them.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What was the score in the Western Carolina game?
76-0.
What happened in that game?
We played two-division school and we just dominated them.
Do you remember the score in the Tulane game?
Tulane was 40-35.
How about the Nebraska game?
It was 23-16.
What happened in that game?
We had one of the top plays of the season of the year, the DJ Graham interception. Then we had a blocked kick return for a two-point conversion, which I don't know how to pronounce. Then we had a lot of scoring in that game, and we only scored 7 in the first half.
Wow, you remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about the Texas Tech game?
We were there. Then they pretty much dominated Texas Tech 52-21.
Who scored in that game?
Thinking pretty much almost all the receivers. Spencer Rattler got 1. Kale got 6.
What do you remember about the Oklahoma State game?
That we scored 30. That there was a lot of muff punts that game. There was a lot of muff punts. There's 2, one by Oklahoma and one by Oklahoma State.
What was the score in that game?
37-33.
Wow. Do you remember the Oregon game?
The Oregon game was 47-32. I was broken right there. I remember that was the last game we possibly had with Caleb. We had our big game Bob, and then we had Drake Stoops get a touchdown, which they were hyped about it.
And do you remember the Texas game?
Yeah. It was 55-48.
What do you remember about that game?
And I remember that Texas somehow just blew their lead like their coach did against New England in the Super Bowl.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about New England versus Atlanta. When they got a comeback, it was the same coach that coaches Texas.
Oh wow, good memory. What was the score in the Texas game?
55-48.
What do you remember about the Iowa State game?
We went there too. It was 28-21.
Close.
Mm-hmm.
What was the score in the Big 12 championship game last year at Iowa State?
It was 27-21. Those were both very close scores like this year.
Yep. Who was the quarterback for Iowa State?
Purdy. Brock.
Who was the quarterback for Texas?
Casey Thompson.
How about the quarterback for Oklahoma State?
His name Spencer Sanders.
There you go.
He threw 4 interceptions in one half, I think.
That's right. Do you remember the quarterback for any other teams?
I'm thinking. Oh, I can't think of Nebraska's, but Adrian Martinez.
Who's he the quarterback of?
Now he's the quarterback of Kansas State.
Who was he? Oh, was he the quarterback for Kansas State this year? Okay.
No, he was for Nebraska, then he transferred.
Oh, wow. Gotcha. I didn't know that. What was the score in the Kansas State game?
The Kansas State game was 37-31.
What do you remember about that game?
Defense.
Defense what?
It sucked in the second half. It was like the Alamo Bowl. Our defense was good in the first half, and then awful in the second.
Gotcha. What are your thoughts on Caleb Williams?
That there's now rumors of him going to Wisconsin.
What do you think about it though? What him leaving?
That's his decision. He's gonna go to USC or Wisconsin. I know. I don't expect him to come back.
That's a shame.
Which I don't care really about him anymore. He's only a guy who likes Riley.
And do you like Lincoln Riley?
No.
No?
I don't like him because how he did it. I don't hate him personally. I just don't like the way he did us.
Yeah, it was kind of sus, wasn't it?
Yes.
What do you think about Brent Venables?
I think that we finally have a good defense after a long time.
Can you name all the great coaches in OU history?
Bud Wilkinson, and then Barry Switzer. There's Ben was before Bud, and then I think Barry Switzer, and then Bob Stoops, and not Lincoln Riley.
And then hopefully Brent Venables.
I always feel have a good defense, but I'm kind of worried about offense because he's a defensive kind of coach.
When did you start liking OU?
Probably about Texas against Florida last year, Cotton Bowl. Not the one against Texas, but the Cotton Bowl Classic.
Do you remember the score in last year's Cotton Bowl?
Wasn't that like 20 to 55?
Against who?
Florida, 20 to 55. 55
right?
to 20 is mine.
Good memory. What do you remember about that game?
No, in just the first quarter, their quarterback threw 3 interceptions just in one quarter.
Wow. Who was that quarterback?
Kyle Trask.
Good memory. Is he still there, or did he go to the NFL?
He's in the NFL.
Yeah. And what do you think about the Cowboys game last night?
I'm a big Cowboys fan, and I still don't get why you would run with 14 seconds left and not give it to the ref to stop the clock.
All right, we'll say goodbye, Bennett.
Bye-bye.